Hello class, I'm Roy Tate, and this video is for Dr. Satta's American Revolution course. The subject this week was Women of the Revolutionary Era, and I chose to do my research on Abigail Adams. According to the National First Ladies Library, she was born on November 11th, 1744, in Weymouth, Massachusetts, and was born as Abigail Smith to her father, William Smith, a Congregationalist minister, and her mother, Elizabeth Quincy. Her mother, Elizabeth Quincy, was the daughter of John Quincy, a member of the Colonial Governor's Council and colonel of the militia in Massachusetts. Her father was also the Speaker of the Massachusetts Assembly for 40 years, and his interest in government influenced her life significantly. She had no formal schooling, but had access to her father's vast library, where she studied a variety of topics quite thoroughly. In 1764, at the age of 19, she married the infamous John Adams, who was a lawyer at the time. Yet, what made Abigail Adams famous was her correspondence to her husband, John Adams, while he was in the Continental Congress and then later as the President of the United States. She can also claim to be the first Second Lady and the second First Lady. But what made her different, though, was her views in that correspondence to her husband. Historian Linda Garbe, in her article Women in Politics in North America, The Experience of Abigail Adams, notes that Mrs. Adams expressed progressive ideas on issues regarding women and African Americans. One of her most influential letters was the one written to her husband when he was on the committee that was drafting the Declaration of Independence on March 31st, 1776. In the letter, she appeals to her husband to remember the ladies. And furthermore, she said that your sex are naturally tyrannical is a truth so thoroughly established as to admit of no dispute. But such of you wish to be happy willingly give up the harsh title of master for the more tender and endearing one of friend. Here she's using her station with her husband, for they had a great relationship, to plead for the elimination of the coverture system that forfeited women's rights after marriage. John Adams knew the situation wasn't quite correct or appropriate for pushing for women's rights, citing that his primary goal was to ensure the union of the colonies. John Adams wasn't necessarily against the idea, but he did think that expanding the right to vote and other liberties would open a Pandora's box, creating more issues. Abigail Adams was also firmly against slavery and is quoted as saying about the disparity at the extent of slavery in New England versus the vast amount of it in the South. I have sometimes been ready to think that the passion for liberty cannot be equally strong in the breasts of those who have been accustomed to deprive their fellow creatures of theirs. Of this I am certain, that it is not founded upon that generous and Christian principle of doing to others as we would to others should do to us. With ideas like this, she was well ahead of her time and proved to be a true revolutionary for human rights of all types. Yet her ideas were conveyed mostly privately because she was well aware of her position as a patriot and a husband and wanted to show it in her own way. Her reserved commitment to Republican motherhood was balanced on her commitment to her progressive ideas. Thanks for watching my video, and I look forward to watching yours.